Hey everybody, it's Melissa, and today we're throwing it back with a fragrance that started my fragrance journey. It's called La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL, and I feel like every year I have to give you an update of how I still feel about this fragrance. All right, so as always, all thoughts and opinions are my own, and I'll put a discount link for this fragrance pinned in the comment section below where you could search it if you want. And I think for the 100 ml bottle, you can get it for $69.99. So definitely don't pay retail price if you're into this fragrance. I also recommend just getting the even bigger size of it, just because on a lot of people, they complain about the performance. All right, so La Nuit de l'Homme is still a fragrance that I truly love. Now, do I wear it as often? Not really. This is still my OG bottle that I blind bought from 3-ish years ago, something like that. And there's just been more fragrances that have come along the way that have gotten my attention, but from time to time, I'll still pick this one up for my collection and just admire the smell of it, occasionally wear it. But if you don't know what it smells like, cardamom and vetiver. Now, there's other notes in this fragrance, but I'm not going to stand here and bullshit y'all and say, oh, the top notes, the bottom, the whatever, and stuff like that. It smells like all this. No, like, honestly, on my skin, it's very cardamom dominant. And cardamom is a spice. Now, there is somewhat of a little bit of a kind of a woody dry down that I was getting as of recently. Not a strong woody dry down, but maybe the way that it's intertwined with the vetiver, which kind of gives it like an earthiness to the smell. But overall, very sexy masculine fragrance. I know that as of lately, I haven't been telling you, oh, all of these are blind buy worthy, because I always recommend that you try things for free at the store or buy samples of what you're curious about, and then you go buy it on a discount site. But truth be told, for people looking for a very masculine date night scent, this is a good one. Now, I think that even though in my eyes I deem this as a more masculine fragrance, there have been people in my comment section that find this to not be as masculine as they wanted it to be. But I guess the best way for me to put this is it's masculine enough where it's sexy to the feminine nose, right? If you're looking for a super masculine fragrance that's going to be off-putting to women, then this is clearly not going to be the one for you. You could try like red tobacco if that's what you're going for. But this one right here is, it's I've been using this word a lot with the fragrances I've been talking about in my last video and so forth, but it does give a mouth-watering type of reaction, even though it's not a gourmand scent. And what sticks to my mind is the first time I smelled this, because remember, I blind bought this fragrance, and I was with my sister when I was opening it. I spray it in the air, and we both look at each other, we're like, holy shit, that's a sexy fragrance. And my sister's the one that goes, I'm literally salivating right now. I don't know why, but this scent, when I started wearing it, right, because I decided I want to rock this as my signature scent, which a lot of people on the internet did not advise, because they're like, no, it's a nighttime fragrance, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, screw it. If I want to smell sexy 24/7, I'm going to do that. And the type of primal like reactions I was getting when I was wearing this fragrance completely threw me, which is why this kickstarted my fragrance journey. Because to me, I initially wanted something that, simply put, I just wanted to smell good, right? But then when I was getting these wild ass reactions from people around me when they would hug me, when they would smell me, I was like, okay, this is a whole different game. And there's definitely a lot more fragrances that will get me reactions like that. I'm kind of curious to see what would happen if I go down the rabbit hole, right? So that's how I got curious, wanting to try other things. But I was rocking this in 70-degree weather, 75-degree weather. I'm now, though, I wouldn't wear this on like summer days, is what I'm saying. I would still rock La Nuit de l'Homme on a spring day. I feel like the only season that it's off limits for me is the summertime, just because there's better options for that. And I feel like there still is a touch of sweetness in La Nuit de l'Homme that if you were to wear it in the high heat, it could become cloying. Now, the issue that a lot of people bring about with this fragrance is the performance. And truth be told, y'all, I don't have performance issues with this fragrance. There have been times, and I have videos on my page where I've done 17 sprays of this scent which sounds absolutely crazy, right? You're like, oh, that's definitely going to choke out a room. But I knew the occasion I was wearing it to. It was nighttime and I was going to be outdoors. So I did want this to kind of push more, and it was great. It wasn't cloying to me wearing it, and it wasn't cloying to anybody else. In fact, I got a lot of compliments that night on it, but that's not me saying, oh yeah, you guys could totally just overspray this and wear it wherever. Of course, if you're in an indoors, like you're at work, or even if you're at a party and it's inside, then I could see somebody overspraying this, how it could piss somebody off, right? So it's all about reading the room and like having the common sense of, okay, I'm going to be outside so people have fresh air. It's not going to be anything crazy versus, oh, you know what? I'm going to overspray this fragrance and wear it to my office job where nobody can escape me for 8 hours because I have an office crush. Like that's just stupid, right? So, but going back to it, I personally don't have issues with how this performs. On me, I still get over 8 hours with this scent, even when I do 3 sprays, and that sounds ridiculous, right? Most people are like, there's no way it lasts over 8 hours, but no joke. When I did, I think 2, like 1 behind each ear, and I think I did behind 1 shoulder blade, like I still smelled it like way into the night. So, and it was, of course, there were moments where I was nose blind to it, which is a common thing that I always want to reiterate to y'all, that when you spray a fragrance, you're not going to smell it every single second, every single minute of the wear time. When you watch these videos and you hear someone say, oh yeah, this performs over 6 hours, 8 hours, that doesn't mean for 8 hours straight, that's all you're smelling. Okay. So it's going to come in and out. It's going to waft in and out. That's completely normal. Sometimes you won't even detect it. But that brings about another question that people always ask, which is, well, there's new batches, right? Is this the new batch? Is it the old batch? I have no idea. Like I said, I blind bought this fragrance like on a discount site or something like that. I can't even remember exactly which one it was, but I blind bought this scent and Versace Eros at the same time. And I guess I have a good bottle of it, but honestly, y'all, a lot of people that are on the internet that complain about how poor performing a fragrance is, usually it's a user error. And it's a lot of misinformation with stuff, because I have tested this fragrance in like a local Sephora and just tested it out. Performance was fine on me. I think just, again, a lot of people don't know how to apply a fragrance. You still have people that spray it in the air and freaking walk through it and think it's gonna last, right? You also have people that spray it and then rub it in and they're like, oh, it smells terrible. Or, you know, they just they'll spray on their neck and they'll just spray in this area. And then they say, oh, I did 20 sprays of it and it only lasted 30 minutes. And it's because you absolutely fried your nose. Okay, now I'm not saying that this doesn't perform, because there are a lot of people that say that they don't get anything off of it, right? Maybe it is a newer batch. I'm not sure, but just based on my experience with this scent that I have right here, this bottle, and even other La Nuit de l'Homme that I have tested in recent months, performance hasn't been an issue. And I also think it has to do with where, like I said earlier, how you apply your fragrance, right? Frying your nose is not good here. I've made so many videos on how I apply my scent so I get the perfect scent bubble all around and that people can smell it when they're close enough to me. So just keep that in mind. If you're someone that's worried about performance, that's why I say I recommend just getting the bigger bottle, the bigger version of this fragrance, like the 6.7 ounce bottle. And then you can go to town overspraying it, because you know that the juice is just going to keep going down, down, down. Now, price on that one, I think I saw it for $124 or something. Like I said, you could search it. Like the link is there if you want to check it out in the comment section, but still a really good price for the huge bottle of it, but totally up to you if that's what you want. Now, where does and how does La Nuit de l'Homme shine best? In my opinion, it's still an intimate fragrance, and that's where its potential lies. I think if you're trying to make this fragrance a beast mode scent, you can with overspraying it and layering it, but I feel like the sex appeal of this scent comes from the fact that it's it's on the quiet side. You know, people aren't going to detect it on you unless they're upping your business, you know, and it lets you do like, and I feel like those are the type of fragrances that I enjoy wearing, is that they're the ones that aren't super loud, but the people that I want to be close to me, that I'm trying to talk to in that way, would be the ones to pick up on it. And I just feel like, you know, when you're flirting with somebody and you're talking and you're getting closer, let's say if you're at a bar, whatever, it's getting louder and you're trying to hear each other, and then they, you know, the vibes are good, and then they smell this fragrance wafting off of you. To me, that's even sexier than just being loud with your fragrance that everybody can smell it. And then when someone, you know, it just kind of adds like a touch of, oh, you're not trying to come across too desperate, you know. And I'm not saying beast mode fragrances are, I'm not hating on them. All right, I have to put that disclaimer because I know people will interpret that in a completely wrong way. But I just think there's something beautiful and special about rocking a fragrance that, you know, lets you, it's the cherry on top. Like, you're already working it, you're working your magic, everything is going well, and then you have a sexy ass fragrance that just comes in last minute that is just like nail in the coffin, you know. So La Nuit de l'Homme is just great in that regard. And even for me, when I'm just like driving or running errands, whatever it is, and I just kind of smell it wafting off of me throughout the day, it's like, oh yeah, that's a really, really sexy scent. So I do recommend it as a date fragrance. Doesn't have to be date night, but I would just say if you're going on a summer date, then yeah, stay away from this. Wearing it at the beach, I don't see it as a beach fragrance. If you want to wear it to a party, just know that, again, it's going to be a close encounter scent. It's going to be something intimate. So that's where it lets you do the heavy lifting. Okay. So, just gorgeous overall. I still love it. Even after the first, I mean, like I said earlier in this video, 3 years ago when I first tried it, I still have so much love for this fragrance. Nothing about it has changed in my mind. Whereas it's been very consistent with that, because there are a lot of fragrances that y'all have heard me talk about, like Prada L'Homme, that I initially really loved, but I feel like it got just a bit too much for me, and it could be a little bit overwhelming. But this scent right here has stayed very consistent in my with the way that I view it, with the way that I think about it, and I don't find it to be outdated. I think so many people ask me, does La Nuit de l'Homme smell like the year 2009 or 2008? Like, no. Like, if you wear this, no one's gonna go, oh, that smells like 2008. The only people that are gonna say that or complain about that are people on the internet, okay? And again, my videos aren't for people that live on the internet. My videos are for people that are out there in the real world trying to actually interact with real life people. And when you're interacting with people out there and you're smelling like this fragrance, I guarantee you it's going to be a positive reaction. It's not going to be like, oh, that smells outdated. Who the hell is going to say that besides somebody that is hiding behind a screen? You know what I'm saying? So it's good. Of course, everyone has their own opinions about it, but I have found that this is still a very, very sexy fragrance, especially to the feminine nose. That's what I should say. If you're like a guy that's interested in this and you try it, maybe you won't find what's so appealing about it. I think you will, but like I said, the ladies really, really love this fragrance, and it's for a very, very good reason. Okay, so that's all I have to say about it. If you have any experiences with it, any thoughts about it, good or bad, put it in the comment section. Let people know, because people like reading different sort of opinions. And again, if you want to try it, or if you want to try it, go try it for free. But if you want to buy it, get it for like $70. Get it for $124 for the big one, you know? So again, the links for that stuff is in the comment section below and in the description box. And you could basically just search any fragrance you want there, whether it's niche or designer, compare prices, and don't pay full retail price. All right. So anyways, I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.